1-800-320-5326 will win a pair of tickets to see Lynyrd Skynyrd, Darius Rucker, REO Speedwagon, and more at Lakefront Music Fest July 14th and 15th. Good luck.
Hey, speaking of concerts, Hawk, that thing you sent us on text the other day, that 4-day festival in
Columbus,
Ohio.
Yeah.
It's stacked and packed. There's too many days and too many bands I wouldn't want to see, but if you lived in Columbus, oh my God. Right? Tool, Deftones, Chevelle, Foo Fighters. It's just stacked.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. What's it called? Sonic something or other?
Sonic Temple, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Man, that's a hell of a lineup.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it was a long running festival, and then they got rid of it for a while.
Okay.
Right?
I was not aware of that.
I see what you're saying.
I was not aware of that. I was not aware.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah, we got Rosie. You'll want to know this. It's at the historic Crew Stadium, which I don't know where that's at, and I've been to Columbus a bunch of times.
It's the home of the Columbus Crew. And when they built the soccer stadium, they built a permanent stage into one of the ends of the stands, and it's an awesome setup.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah,
May 25th through the 28th. Thursday is Tool, Godsmack, Beartooth, Bullet for My Valentine. Those are just the top four bands. And there's a bunch more, too, like Fever 333 is there, and they're early in the day. Okay? Hold on. Max is taking the winner's info.
Oh, right on.
Hey, didn't you and Rosie see Beartooth one time?
We actually found a bear tooth in his urethra.
Wow.
Yeah, we did. I don't know how it got there. Neither does he. Yeah, we woke up from a mushroom high. Yeah,
that's hot.
Yeah.
Man, Sunday is the day, though. You can keep going through the rest, but Sunday's the day.
I would say Friday, maybe even more for me. Avenged Sevenfold, Queens of the Stone Age, Chevelle, I Prevail, and a bunch of other bands that I love, including Blackstone Cherry, whom I love, and Bad Flower. What are you giggling about?
Well, just Corey basically saying that Sunday's the only. I mean, this is stack line of front to back.
I'm saying if I lived in Columbus and could only pick one day, I would only I would pick Sunday.
And it makes sense when I get there. Yeah, when it gets there, you'll understand why he's saying that. Saturday is interesting. It's Kiss, Rob Zombie. I'm sorry, Kiss. Kiss. Rob Zombie, Falling in Reverse, Pussifer, Trivium, Black Veil Brides, and Rival Sons. I mean,
that's the worst day of the four.
But that's a giant amount of bands on one day. That is a festival itself on one day. And then lastly is Sunday, of course, Foo Fighters, Deftones, Sublime with Rome, which would still be fun to see.
It is.
I'm not sure what Jawbreaker is. The Pretty Reckless, AWOL Nation, Nothing More, and Grandson, along with Filter. And Arian Rodgers. I'm sorry, Arian Jones as well. Arian Rodgers. Wow. What a moron.
Deftones and AWOL Nation would have me, but then you throw in Grandson, Sublime, Foo Fighters, and Filter, and I'm like, all right, Sunday's my day.
I mean, every day I could find reasons to go, but 4 days of concert festivals too much for anybody.
I think I've asked
4 days is too much.
I think I've asked this 400 times, but I ask every question 400 times.
Buddy.
Have Corey or Hockey, have either of you seen Sublime with Rome?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I have. No, it doesn't feel that I never saw him with Bradley Noel.
Yeah.
But they sound identical. I mean, the singer's pretty close, and the band, of course, is the same band.
Yeah,
so it
sounds
like Sublime.
Eric, right?
Yeah, man.
It's just the three of them.
Man, that's a lot of music. Buddy.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of music.
Anyway,
so that's cool. That's Columbus, May 25th through the 28th.
Man, what a giant weekend.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Be fun.
Pretty cool.
Thank
All
you.
right, anyway, Fan 5.
That's right. It's time for Fan 5, and I'll hit this.
It's time for Fan 5, brought to you by Builders and Remodelers.
Builders and Remodelers?
Really? Yes, thank you, Builders and Remodelers.
Ben, if the Vikes lose on Sunday, how do you process year one of KOC?
Well, immediately extremely disappointed. I think that we all feel like we should win this game and we should move on to round two. But if we lose this game, after that immediate dejection and disappointment, how can you not look at this season with anything other than just a positive sign of things to come and so much hope and optimism that we have the right coaching staff in place. Every year we're going to talk about new players, upgrading positions. So that's going to be the same thing for this year. So I think it would be excitement, gratefulness for the team that we got to watch. We had so many fun memories from the season. So without saying, more, gracious things to say, like I'd be proud of our team and happy for what we got, and like so excited for the draft and free agency and all that stuff. And like, how are we going to, build this team from this amazing foundation that we have under KOC right now? Rosie?
Well, I think I agree with a lot of what you said. I think given what the circumstances were when Spielman was gone and Zimmer was gone, they brought in a new GM, new coach, much like kind of what the Bears were doing. And which direction are the Vikings going to go? And no one really knew. Will they be a 500 team this year? That might be good enough for the first year. So I think obviously they've exceeded expectations beyond anyone's wildest imagination, winning all these games, close games. I think that the difficulty will be, again, where are they with their personnel? And number two, not that we care, but we do. The outside perception of this football team, the narrative will not change. In fact, will be enhanced even more. The Vikings just cannot. I mean, they're barely talking about the Vikings now, and a lot of folks expect them to lose this game, and that's okay. I mean, that's just who cares. But I think that the Vikings will have this sort of stigma that, and home field, they couldn't win a home playoff game against an good Giants team, and the Lions are probably the team to beat next year in the division.
Good
that
point.
may very well be
point.
the way they go. People are going to look at it.
Yeah,
Really?
And that's okay again too. It's up to the Vikings, but I think KOC has established something really special over there with the coaching staff. The buzz in that building has been nothing but positive from day one at every level, and that's been a huge difference, a huge swing, and I don't see that changing. But you're right, the immediate dejection of having a home playoff game and earning it, it's not easy to get that. And letting it slip away in the first round would be extremely disappointing on Sunday.
I think you nailed it. I think the fraud stamp gets placed on this team forever if they get blown out.
If they get blown out, or
If
even
it's a close game and it's a good game, you might avoid the total fraud stamp. If you get blown out, the fraud stamp gets placed on the team by, I think, local fans and definitely the national people.
I mean, 'cause they're still talking about the Dallas game, the Philly game, obviously. But yeah, that's not going to.
You think we're more likely to blow out the Giants or get blown out by the Giants? The way this team is played.
Blow them out.
I don't know. I don't think either one, but I agree with Sauce. I think the Vikings have a better chance.
The only reason I ask that is I'm not trying to be negative. I'm just saying we're just not a team that does that unless it's the Bears that aren't trying.
No, and you heard Seifert yesterday. Did you hear him say, I forget who he credited with saying it, but the statistics tell you if the Vikings are in a close game, they're going to lose this time because they've won every close game.
And I don't know which stat I heard. I heard him say that, but I think he's just essentially saying coin flips, right? If you flip a coin once, it's 50%.
Right.
The chances that we've done it 11 times and always had it come up our way, eventually it's going to break. But if that's the theory, theoretically it's still 50-50, right? Because the coin wouldn't have a history.
Speaking of close games, I didn't realize this, looking at Ben right now, that the rules have been changed for overtime in the playoffs this year. Let's just say it goes to OT and the Vikings get the ball first and go down and score a touchdown. The Giants can then get a chance to go down and score a touchdown.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
I read that in Pro Football Talk last night. I was really surprised.
I didn't know that.
The only thing that would change would be a safety. Yeah, I thought, wait, what? Yeah, that's
new postseason overtime rule.
Double check that because
no, he's right. The headline on ProFootballTalk.com: NFL's new postseason overtime rule means game doesn't end with a touchdown on the first possession.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Can you
Rosie?
imagine how excited people will get if the Vikings have to go to overtime and Jefferson catches a 60-yard touchdown pass?
This is why you should listen to the Power Trip every day.
It's not over.
Rose.
It's not over until it's over. I would have never known
You
that.
nailed it, buddy. Thank you.
Here's
You're
the story.
welcome.
It says, now if a team scores a touchdown on the first possession of overtime, it will line up to kick an extra point or attempt a two-point conversion.
Oh, my.
Then that team will kick off, and the other team will get a chance to score a touchdown. If that team does score a touchdown, it will line up for an extra point or a two-point conversion of its own. It's possible that the game could end at that point. For instance, if the first team kicked the extra point, the second team could go for a two-point conversion.
Right.
But if the score remains tied after both teams' touchdowns and that extra point or two-point conversion, then they would go on from there, and it would be sudden death.
Yeah, they play basically a full quarter. They just keep going.
Yeah. Hey, I got to ask this real quick. I'm sorry to do a sidebar. Corey, your always go for two thing. Does that apply if it's overtime, the other team has already scored and kicked the PAT? Do you go for two?
Try to win it?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Really? No kidding.
I'd say you go for it. Because then otherwise, by definition, you're giving the ball back to them and they just need 3 to win.
Yeah.
You're better off just trying to end it from the 2-yard line and going for it. In fact, that's exactly what the next paragraph in this story says.
Okay, go ahead.
It says the new rules could change some new strategies. Some coaches may prefer to kick off to begin overtime.
Exactly.
So they know what they have to
They
do,
would
yeah.
rather have the other team get the ball and then see what they do. And then even if they score a touchdown and get the extra point, then you would have the advantage of saying, if we score a touchdown, we know we're either going for 2 for the kill shot or we're going to kick the extra point and extend the game because we're on the
I got to tell you,
road or
there's
we're at
no
home.
doubt that there's no other way to go. If you win the toss, you defer. You give them the ball first.
100%.
And based on what's gone on this
More
year,
information. You get to act last.
would anyone be surprised if that scenario plays out on Sunday?
Not even a little bit.
not even a
little.
No, not at all.
No, that's
No,
probably
of
going to
course not.
overtime.
Rosie,
Yeah,
you
with
saved
this
my
team-
butt. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great.
I didn't know that, Rose.
Nice job.
I'm here to help with
Hey,
this
best
thing.
of
the Roser.
Well, you're a legend, Rosie.
Okay. Just read a little bit.
What about you, Ben? Would you go for 2 or go for 1?
I'd probably go for 2. Yeah.
Go for the win.
Go for the win.
Give her hell.
Yeah.
Go for the win. And part of that is, you guys are just kind of alluding to it, it's our defense.
Yeah.
If I knew, if all they had to do was it's sudden death, they got to kick a field goal to win the game. Do you trust our defense the way they've been playing all season long to hold them to just 3 points on the next possession? I don't think I do.
Getting back to the rule change that my buddy of mine just texted me and he reminded me, I think this was a reaction to the Bills-Chiefs game in overtime. Remember when Kansas City they got the ball, they went right down the field and Josh Allen sat on the sidelines. And that was it. Game over.
That was it.
And so what was a spectacular game? And it does seem right that both teams would have an opportunity. Not like the college rule, Ben. I don't know what you think about that, the college overtime rule. But at least in this case, two elite teams, 2 elite quarterbacks would get a chance to. I mean, the fact that Josh Allen never got a chance to touch the football because of a coin flip is ridiculous. In that case,
The other thing that this article mentions, it does go to a 15-minute period, not 10.
right?
And then if there is no winner after 15, you play another 15, of course.
Man.
And then if there's no winner after 2 15-minute periods, then there will be another kickoff to start the third overtime period. So they kind of play it like halves.
Jeez.
So that would be a
Pack
lot
of
of
lunch.
back and forth, right? Pack a lunch at that point.
Wow.
They also note in this, needing to go to a third overtime period has never happened in the history of the NFL.
No.
Anyway.
All right, here you go.
Hey, we're going to talk to .com Tom when we get
so
back. We're going to talk
excited.
all things Vikings, Giants with Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network right after this on The Fan.
You know there's always more than one way to say exactly what.
Is sponsored by Splash. See safely.
Splash, splash, splash.
Clear your way this winter with Splash Premium Windshield Washer Fluid. It melts frost and ice like that.
See safely on the road when you apply a little splash.
Find Splash Weather Repel at Walmart.
Hey, my name's Chris Hockey. Listen to me. It's none of my business what's going on with you and your financial situation. But I'll know this. If you have credit cards, you're paying too much in interest. You're right. We've never met, probably, right? I don't know you at all. I don't even know what credit cards you have in your back pocket, but if you have any with credit card debt, you're paying way too much in interest because the interest level on credit cards is ridiculous. Sometimes you just forget about it. You don't even know. And then you notice that you've been paying your credit cards and the bill never goes down. Sound like I've been there? It's because I have. You know what I did? Credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream. You know, it can help you pay off your credit cards and lock in a low fixed interest rate. Rates start at 7.99% APR with auto-pay and excellent credit. The rate's fixed. It'll never go up over the life of the loan. You get a loan from $5,000 to $100,000, no fees, absolutely none. You get your money as soon as the day you apply right there and take care of your business. Lightstream believes people with good credit deserve a better loan experience, and that's what they're going to give you. And for you, Power Trip listener, apply now. You get a special interest rate discount. Save even more. Only way to get that discount, go to lightstream.com/hockey. That's my last name. It's HAWKEY. LIGHTSTREAM. Lightstream.com/hockey. Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.99% APR to 23.99% APR and include 0.50% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change on notice. Visit livestream.com/hockey for more information and start saving money. It's yours. Save it today.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-777-1979. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-777-1979. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too. Call 800-777-1979. 800-777-1979.
Hey, it's Chris Hockey from the Power Trip Morning Show. Nothing gets you through all this snow like a Jeep. I love my Gladiator, and I love Park Jeep in Burnsville. You gotta check out the all-new 4xE. With both electric and gas motors, the Wrangler 4xE and the Grand Cherokee 4xE have incredible horsepower and maximum torque. And you see, that's the thing. Nobody has more 4xEs than Park Jeep. Plus, take advantage of a $7,500 tax credit. But it expires February 28th, so get to the Start Something New sales event at Park Chrysler Jeep in Burnsville. Online at parkjeep.com.
Hey, it's Corey Coe from the Power Trip Morning Show for Ovo LASIK and Lens. It's a new year and people are looking for change. One of the easiest and best things you can do in 2023 is get LASIK. Get rid of contacts, get rid of glasses, get rid of all of those inconveniences. And when you're jotting down all of the things you want to do in 2023, think of how awesome it would be to do those things without glasses or contacts. Ovo LASIK and Lens can make that happen. I got LASIK over a decade ago and it changed my life. And it can change yours. And Ovo LASIK and Lens has the lowest LASIK price guaranteed. And they have the dream team of Dr. Lobanoff and Dr. David Whiting together under one roof at Ovo LASIK and Lens. All you got to do is do what I did over a decade ago and set up your free LASIK exam. You can go to ovoi.com. That's OVOEYE.com. I'm telling you, you're going to say, man, I should have done this years and years and years ago. Well, make 2023 the year you do it. Get LASIK from Ovo LASIK and Lens. It's ovoi.com. Ovo LASIK and Lens, the official LASIK provider of the Minnesota Wild.
It's 2023. Is your internet ready? Make a resolution to upgrade your home with Verizon Home Internet. Start off the new year strong with plans starting at just $25 a month. $25 a month. The price is the price, guaranteed for 2 years. So leave surprise price hikes and hidden fees behind and bring home the internet you really want. Because this year is all about fast, reliable internet from Verizon with no annual contracts or data caps. There's never been a better time to ditch cable and switch to Verizon Home Internet. Starting at $25 a month with autopay and select 5G mobile plans. Availability varies. Plans start at $25 a month when combined with existing select 5G mobile plans. Fios requires mobile and home discount enrollment. $99 Fios setup charge may apply. Autopay and paper-free billing required. 2-year price guarantee applies only to the then current base monthly rate. Excludes any other charges, discounts, or promos, including the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program and the Verizon Forward Program. Visit Verizon.com/home to learn more.
Arthur's Jewelers has really big looks for your money. You'll get a much larger diamond at Arthur's Jewelers in Roseville.
Man, I'm sorry. I just took a bite of a Tootsie Roll. And I'm supposed to do a Builders and Remodeler spot. So if this sounds bad, you got my apologies. But I love Builders and Remodelers, man, you know? And not just because of Tootsie Rolls, but also because of windows and doors and siding and roofing. You know, if you were to call them and said, hey, I'm real sick of my windows, they'd be the people that come out and fix it for you. And you'd be like, man, I love these brand new windows. You know, and it seems like whatever you buy, the prices are going up right now, right? That is unless you go to Builders and Remodelers, because for a limited time, you get last chance savings. That means 22 prices on windows and siding and roofing and doors. That's right. Last year's prices up to $400 off, or 25% off last year's prices on any siding or roofing project. Think about it. It's great financing available too. All of that. And Tootsie Rolls from Builders and Remodelers at buildersandremodelers.com. Nobody does it better. They're not going to give you any Tootsie Rolls.
From the Evans Transportation Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Spire Credit Union, voted Minnesota's best.
What does it look like to be in the business of improving lives? Well, since 1934, Spire's Midwestern values have driven a mission of giving back and focusing on people. Minnesota's best credit union by Forbes and the Star Tribune. Head to myspire.com to learn more. Insured by NCUA.
Fan forecast.
Anybody know the forecast?
Yeah, it's a high of 22 and cloudy.
Our podcasts are radio shows, and our radio shows are podcasts. Whether it's live or on demand. Thanks for listening to The Fan.
Hey, what's your name? Ben Leber. Hey, Ben.
He's talking to Rosie.
Hey, Ben.
What's up?
Sorry.
Do you know whose 40th birthday is today?
Give me 1 second. 1 second.
Go ahead. Think
One
about
second.
it. Think about it.
Hold on. Holding.
Hold it.
Holding.
Hold on.
Chad Greenway.
Chad Greenway!
Oh,
40th
Chad's 40
birthday today.
Happy
Look
birthday,
at
Chad.
you, Chad. You look horrible.
Chad's 40.
Yeah, he looks like hell.
He's let himself go.
You let yourself go. Happy birthday, buddy
Happy
boy.
birthday, Chad.
Yeah. Happy birthday.
Remember when
buddy
he
boy.
was rookie year and he tore his ACL in the first preseason
you
game?
laughed so hard.
You pissed yourself. You laughed so
Yeah,
hard.
you laughed so hard.
It was
Hey,
not
look,
a good day.
That's when Chad was a baby. People change.
Yeah.
Rosie, you want to see when Sauce was a baby?
I have not seen that yet.
Look, Sauce, people on Twitter are tired of it. Everybody wants to see this shirt. They're all pissed.
thanks.
They're like, why talk about a shirt for 3 hours if you're not going to show it to us?
No, is this
Everybody
a new
wants to see the shirt, man. Come on.
No thanks.
Rosie?
We got to come over here so the camera can't see it.
Aw.
Oh, damn it. That's a good point.
We almost
could've
had him,
tricked
didn't
you.
we?
Oh, man.
I'll listen to Roser.
Well, we've all, in one way or another, how old were you then?
I think 16 or 17.
We've all kind of
Don't say that.
been there. I look like the guy, what was the name of the show with the young girl, the geeky kid, and she was a mathematician. She was oh my God.
What the hell is going on?
No, I know. I should have just remembered.
Mathematician?
No, she turned out to be a mathematician. Everybody had a crush on her.
You're talking about Winnie Cooper.
Winnie
You're talking
Quinny.
Danica McKellar from The Wonder Years.
I looked like that guy's buddy.
That everybody thought was Marilyn Manson. Yeah.
It's not true.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did. I had, the glasses, and so I had the geeky period.
okay.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, no.
You say geeky or kinky?
He said geeky.
Geeky was later.
Man, this show's
button
stupid. We're idiots.
Yeah.
Nobody with any amount of credibility should ever join this show.
It's true.
Now, .com Tom from the NFL Network. Tom Pelissero used to technically work for KFAN, and then he went to Green Bay and the USA Today and every other probably city in the country. But he's back covering the Vikings for the NFL Network this weekend against the New York Giants. Hi, Tom.
I believe 2023 marks my 20-year anniversary of starting as a part-timer at KFAN in 2003.
Man.
Wow, it was that long ago.
Congratulations.
My goodness, man. And now look at you. You've been everywhere. You've done everything, man. We're all proud of you, and we all claim you as our own. It's great to watch your success, and it's good to see you on the road trips whenever I'm out and about watching television. I look over, and you're standing there as well. So we have a million questions for you about what's going to happen this weekend with the Vikes versus the Giants. But I want to start with a non-Vikings question because I know, as Corey said, you spent some time covering the Packers in Green Bay. Did you like Aaron Rodgers?
Jeez.
I covered Aaron early in his career. It was 2007 to 2009, so that was during the transition, which was a really interesting time for the Packers organization. I was there in 2008 when initially Brett Favre, you might remember this, retired, then decided he didn't want to be retired and flies in during training camp, and he's in the building meeting with team officials. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers is on the practice field getting cheered when he throws an incompletion or an interception and booed when he does something right. It was a bizarre time, man. And I think that on some level, I think that naturally shapes you. And obviously, Brett and Aaron have kind of made up through the years, and they're on fine terms now. I've always thought Aaron's interesting because there's so many, and this is not an offense to athletes, but there's so many times where when you're doing an interview or talking to someone, and both sides, frankly, of the conversation, I'll put myself in it too, default to just like the easy thing, the easy question, the easy answer. With Aaron, there's never an easy answer. It's never just the obvious thing. Everything is thought out. So I've always appreciated that with him. I mean, when he stepped to the podium in training camp back in 2021 after the offseason of drama, and I asked him, Aaron, what was this all about for you? And he just said, well, that's a loaded question. But then he gave like an 8-minute answer and took us through the entire timeline. So professionally, I've always liked him, and certainly we've had a few things between us personally through the years. But no, I've always had a great deal of respect for him.
Tom, quick non-Vikings question. Of the two popular head coaching candidates, Sean Payton and Jim Harbaugh, who's most likely to get a job?
That's a great question. I think that, Harbaugh and Payton are the frontline candidates in Denver. I think that Harbaugh, as much as nobody in Michigan wants to believe it, very much is looking for a potential return to the NFL. And the Broncos, with all their connections to him, have been interested in this for quite some time. There's Condoleezza Rice is a co-owner of the Broncos, part of the ownership group. She is in the head coaching interviews. She has deep ties to Stanford, where Harbaugh coached before he went to the 49ers. Greg Penner, the new CEO, he also got his MBA from Stanford, so they know a lot of the same people. There's big connections there through the years. And, for whatever everybody wants to say about Harbaugh, that, it's short-lived and he wears out his welcome. Yeah, but while he's there, he's really, really good. I mean, the first 3 years in San Francisco, he had a higher winning percentage than anybody in NFL history, went to 3 straight NFC championship games and a Super Bowl. I mean, that's unparalleled. So, yeah, maybe this is only a 3 to 4 year plan, but in those 3 to 4 years, history tells you that this team's got a chance to be really good. And in terms of Peyton, it's just got to line up. It's got to be the right thing for him. There's 3 teams now with the Broncos, the Texans, the Cardinals that have all put in to interview him. It's complicated with the trade, but it doesn't seem like the trade value is going to be anything that's going to stop people from getting something done. So that's a long way of answering your question. I tend to lean right now that they both end up in the NFL. If you had to put a percentage on it, you'd probably say higher for Peyton just because there's multiple options for him. But if the Broncos have a chance to land Jim Harbaugh, I think that they're going to try to get that done.
Let's talk about this game this weekend real quick, Tom, because you are obviously connected to the NFL and specifically the Vikings. We have talked about, and we can talk about from the Vikings perspective, like all the ways that we think that they're going to win. But I want to get your opinion on, if you're a Giants fan, why are you optimistic about this weekend's game? How about that?
Well, I think the optimism for the Giants is that they played the Vikings tough the last time. I mean, that one, like every other Vikings game this season, except for those few that I'm sure you guys don't talk about, been close. They've been down to the wire. The Giants show they can go toe-to-toe, even though they were short-handed in the secondary. Now suddenly they've got the potential to get back some reinforcements this week. Adoree Jackson is practicing again. If he plays, that's a big upgrade over, I can't even remember the guy's name who was covering Justin Jefferson last time. Xavier McKinney's been back and practicing as well. They're in a better shape injury-wise than they were the first time around. Now, they're going to be on the road. I have no doubt that place will be rocking on Sunday afternoon. I think that from the Vikings perspective, there's matchups that you showed last time that you're able to exploit. You're going to be trying to do those same types of things. You just got to hope that the Vikings team that's been competitive in about 3 games this season shows up on Sunday, and not the team that kind of, a few times this year has just gotten off track in the early going and hasn't been able to pull themselves out of the tailspin.
Tom, you were just discussing potential coaching changes. Getting back to the Vikings head coach, Kevin O'Connell, part of a Super Bowl championship team last year, but this is his first real big opportunity. Playoff pressure is a whole different level. And what do you look for as far as decision making, and how big a difference can a head coach make in a game like this on Sunday?
Well, I think that a head coach definitely can make a difference just in terms of, getting the team ready, but also, the game planning and everything else. I think that Kevin O'Connell has proven that he's going to be very aggressive. He is going to take chances. I do not see that coming. A big part of what he's done is just, having that confidence, instilling the confidence in the team that, hey, in the high leverage situations, if we're in red zone or we're in 2 minute or we need a 4th and 1, I'm going to give you the opportunity and I'm going to give you the tools to have a chance to be successful here. I think that's a positive. You just got to kind of wash out what happened last week against Green Bay and some of the other, the Dallas game and everything else, and just focus on what they do well. Their identity offensively has been get the ball to Justin Jefferson by any means necessary. And Wink Martindale, I'm sure, is going to throw some new twists at them this week. So the big thing for Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips and that staff is just going to be having those counter punches, being able to adjust within the game. And if you do get off track in the early going, having some answers for it. I think that they've done a great job on the whole this season. I know that there's I'm sure a great deal of concern among Vikings fans in general about what they've seen in a few of those games against really good teams, but you've beaten this team before. You've shown that you can play with anybody in the league. You also can, play down to some teams at times. It's a good Giants team. I don't know that anybody personnel-wise is going to say that they're a great team. I fully expect that O'Connell will have them ready to go on Sunday.
Do you trust Daniel Jones?
I think that the trust of Daniel Jones is rooted in the fact that he's got different things he can do. He can run the football. He can throw it when they need him to. But, it's not murderer's row a wide receiver for that team. I know they've got some young up-and-coming guys who have a chance to be decent, but this is not the best receiving core that the Vikings have faced through the course of the season. To me, this comes down to, defensively for the Vikings, just don't let Saquon get going. Mm-hmm. Don't let them run the football. Make Daniel Jones be the one who has to beat you. Take your chances. I know the Vikings have had that revolving door cornerback through the course of this season, but just make Daniel Jones try to throw the ball. I saw Isaiah Hodgins has had some decent games here, but is he going to go up for 200 yards against you? I would hope not. If you're the Vikings, I would hope that you've got some answers for him. Make Daniel Jones be the one who has to beat you. I mean, that's a big piece of this.
Tom, one more coaching rumor. If the Cowboys are one and done, does McCarthy get fired?
Jerry Jones says no, and in un-Jerry Jones-like fashion, stopped himself there and just said, I'm not even talking anymore about that. If they lose, I'm sure he'll be talking that day after the game and talking on the radio the next day. They'll go through an evaluation. I have a great deal of respect for Mike McCarthy. He was, the coach when I was covering those Packers teams in 07 to 09. He's shown that he can build a culture. They won 12 games in consecutive seasons, the Cowboys did, for the first time since 1994-95. And I don't think that when you look at the games that they've lost, you say, well, this is, Mike McCarthy, or it's game management, or they weren't ready. It's that Dak hasn't played great in some of these games. He's given the ball away too much. So you got to figure some things out on that front, and he's got to play smart. I think we all know that, the Cowboys are 0-7 all time against Tom Brady. But this is not necessarily the same Tom Brady at 45 and not necessarily the same Bucs team you even saw a couple of years ago when they won the Super Bowl. So I anticipate it's going to be a fun game on Monday night. If they lose, who knows? It's Jerry. He's, I don't know his exact age, but he's around 80 years old. It's not as if he, sits there and thinks he's got a great deal of patience for this thing, but he has been patient with head coaches in the past. The Cowboys have won a whole lot of games. We'll see. It depends what the game looks like. It depends what happens. They've obviously got an in-house candidate in Dan Quinn, who they are really, really fond of. We'll see. It'll be a fun capper to this weekend of games.
So we're talking with NFL Network savant Tom Pelissero, and I say savant because we are bouncing all around the NFL, not only this weekend's game between the Vikings and the Giants, but a bunch of coaching rumors and thoughts. Let's stay with the coaching things. I want to get your perspective and your thoughts on Cliff Kingsbury. It was a failed experiment from Texas Tech to the Arizona Cardinals. He has such a unique look on offense as far as his mind. Where do you think a guy like that ends up? Does he go back to college? Does somebody pick him up as an OC? Does he get another chance at a head coaching gig? What's up, do you think, with Cliff Kingsbury?
He gets $50 million and goes and plays golf for a couple of years. That'd be wild. Yeah. I don't think Cliff doesn't need to work right now. He was signed through 2027. He's made a lot of money in his career. He looks very much like a guy at the end of the season who could use a break. If he were to come back, I think a logical thing would be if Sean McVay comes back with the Rams, if he decides to stay. Cliff at one point, between Texas Tech and the Cardinals, which was only a few weeks, Cliff was supposed to join that staff. He and McVay are friends. They are going to have to replace their offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen. If Sean can talk Cliff into coming as the OC, I think that's a completely easy, plug and play type of a situation. He could get a job, I think, in college, coaching somewhere, probably in the Power Five. He could certainly get a job working in the NFL somewhere, with the right quarterback and a team that wants to put in that system. But I think going someplace where he doesn't have all the pressure on him, if anything, that's what he would do. But my bet is still the golf course.
Tom Pelissero, thank you, buddy. We appreciate it very much. One more question before we let you go. But by the way, I believe, Corey, have you put the initials games in the mail so that Tom is no longer in trouble with his wife?
But I can. But I appreciate that Tom said he would join the show and be willing to play initials when the football season's over in exchange for a free copy of initials.
Fantastic.
And I just love that he didn't ask for Rosen's book.
Yeah, it's true, too. He didn't. He said, he did. He's got plenty of toilet paper. He said, no thanks. He's fine.
It's pretty rough.
Now, Tom, real quick, before we let you go, thank you again. And I'd love to make this a more regular thing because it's so much fun to talk to you. Give us a reason to believe. And maybe even let me ask you this way. What is your gut telling you about Sunday's game at US Bank Stadium?
I try to stay away from my gut since it's not generally very accurate. I would say the Vikings, coming off of a really bad performance, will be ready to go. That's my gut. And they are, personnel-wise, they're better than the Giants, who are really in the first year. I mean, the Giants aren't supposed to be here. The Giants are first year with a new head coach, new general manager. They had to, cut some bad contracts and just kind of slap the thing together. And it's a credit to Brian Dable and Joe Shane and those guys for getting them in this position. But if the Vikings are ready to go, they've got the better team on paper. I think that they're going to show up. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And by the way, it was not a quid pro quo of me showing up. Let's not misrepresent this. You said, hey, we should get you in after the season to play the initials game. And I said, I would love that. Also, my wife has been killing me because she wants that game, and it's sold out everewhere.
No, it's very simple. No, all you have to do, Tom, is go to initialsgame.com. She can get it right now if she wants.
Apparently, all right, I'm not even going to make the comment I want to make right there. But at any rate, I greatly appreciate you taking care of me. And yes, post-Super Bowl, let's do it. I can't wait.
Love it, man. That'd be fun.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Tom. You do great work.
You're
man.
the
We're
best,
proud of
man.
you.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. See you.
See you, Tom.
Tom Pelissero of the NFL Network.
That guy's so good, man.
He's so good, man.
Yeah, he's great.
I wanted to follow up with the Rodgers question to get a sense of if you think he's going to come back to Green Bay again. I mean, there's so much to talk to him about, that whole.
I mean, I put that thing at about 5% that he comes back.
Is that right?
You think he'll quit or he'll be traded?
I think he'll be traded. I think they'll find a way to move him.
Yeah,
I mean, I think you sort of have to, right? Like after the last couple of years, there clearly is a disconnect going on with him and that organization, that coaching staff.
Well, let me ask you a much more pertinent question to the Vikings. Do you think this is Adam Thielen's last year?
I think all indications would probably say yes.
I agree.
Yeah,
yeah.
Even with a restructured contract, because obviously at $19 million or whatever, that's. Yeah. I think even Adam understands that's probably a problem.
Yeah,
but. Why not at a much smaller salary if he wants to stay?
If he's willing to take that,
if he wants to play anymore. That's the question. I'm not, not that he couldn't play anymore, and he certainly could. I think this team would love to have him back. And if not this team, a bunch of other teams. I'm just not. I'll be interested to see what he decides after the season's over.
I don't know. Was it Monday or the week before? In the last couple of times we've had Thielen on, he even joked about that. He's like, I don't know how much football I have left.
That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't indicating this is my last year, but I think he knows the clock's ticking. He doesn't have 5 years left.
Yeah,
he's
a smart guy.
Maybe a handful.
Yeah.
But that would be more up to him. He's definitely NFL caliber still. Mm-hmm. He can definitely be. I mean, Thielen's not. Completely over the hill. He's still a factor.
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, those three with KJ emerging and with Adam and with JJ, that's a great receiving core, man. It's great.
For sure.
Yeah.
And TJ, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. And TJ as well.
They got to re-sign him, though, right? You got to pay TJ.
They'll re-sign
you got to pay Kirk, probably. You got to pay Justin Jefferson. There's a lot of money.
Man, our cupboard is so full.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Ben, you got to roll, right?
Yeah, I got to roll.
You're going to miss the KOC press conference. We're going to
we talked to him yesterday. My favorites.
We talked to him yesterday. He was
I'll podcast it.
Okay, we're going to play that back after this. Ben, your quick prediction, go.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
I think the Vikings win this game 28-24. That's been my prediction all week. It's got to be a close one. It's just who we are. So I don't care if we win close games all the way to the Super Bowl. It's fine as long as we're getting the dub.
All right, dude. Twin Cities Live today with Ben Leber. Otherwise, Mondays and Thursdays with us, including Monday after the Vikings game. He'll help us break it down on Monday. Ben, we'll see you Monday. We'll do the KOC press conference and get Rosie's official prediction after this as well. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
He said he sang so good that the roof fell in and he didn't even stop the show. They don't remember the place, but they remember the face. And now everybody want to go.
For more information about contests on this station, go to KFAN.com/rules.
The $9.99 extra large New York style pizza at Papa Murphy's
Is a big.
Sure, you can list dozens of ways that glasses or contacts slow you down. Start thinking ahead to this summer. Wouldn't it be awesome to water ski or wakeboard or swim without glasses or contacts? Well, then do something about it now. Go to Ovo LASIK and Lens. They have Dr. Lobanoff and Dr. Whiting together. And you can get your free LASIK consultation set up right now at ovoi.com. That's OVOEYE.com. This is one of the easiest ways to get a better version of yourself in 2023. And Ovo LASIK and Lens has the lowest LASIK price guaranteed. Get LASIK at Ovo LASIK and Lens. Ovo LASIK and Lens, the official LASIK provider of the Minnesota Wild.
The world's greatest snowcross racers return to Canterbury Park in Shakopee, Minnesota as part of AMSOIL Championship Snowcross, January 13th and 14th. Get your tickets today at CanterburyPark.com. That's CanterburyPark.com.
Hey, Ted to be here for Underdog Fantasy. It's the easiest place to play fantasy sports, also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. You might think your fantasy football season is over, but it can continue because you can still win large cash prizes playing playoff fantasy football at Underdog Fantasy. Just draft your team before the NFL playoff starts, and that's it. The Gauntlet 2 is now open for drafting at Underdog Fantasy since the first Gauntlet filled. The Gauntlet 2 is an NFL playoff best ball tournament, $1 million in total prizes, $200,000 to first place. The Gauntlet 2 closes January 14th, so get in there now. Sign up today with the promo code KFAN and get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Don't forget to register with my promo code KFAN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. That's Underdog Fantasy. Use my code KFAN.
Well, it's freezing out there, and we're all just trying to cope. So if I want to have coffee and gummy bears for breakfast, who's to judge me? Holidays, many locations have any beverage you could ask for, plus affordable eats for breakfast to dinner. Mornings made at Holiday.
Brighten your morning routine with a quick and easy bathroom makeover from Paul Bunyan Plumbing and Drains, the home of legendary deals. Paul Bunyan Plumbing and Drains has this deal to kick off your remodel. Buy 2 faucets, get 1 free. Details at heypaul.com.
Treasure Island Resort and Casino, TICasino.com. It's almost the weekend. Make this weekend island time by staying at Treasure Island Resort and Casino. You can book a room now at their website, TICasino.com. While you're there, they have their concert calendar, their calendar of events. They have so many things in the next 6 to 9 months, including in April. Friday, April 21st, Dane Cook is going to be doing stand-up comedy. You've seen him in movies like Employee of the Month and Good Luck Chuck. You've probably seen his stand-up before. Tickets available tomorrow at TICasino.com. Again, it's tomorrow for Dane Cook at TI. Friday, April 21st. Saturday, March 25th, tickets already available for Warrant and Lita Ford. That's the day we get back from Vegas, so maybe Chris gets an early flight back to go see his band Warrant play at TI. But you can get tickets right now at TICasino.com. And, of course, maybe today go play some blackjack, bingo, hundreds of slot machines. They got it all at Treasure Island. It's island time. TICasino.com.
Save 25% off last year's price on any siding or roofing project. BuildersandRemodelers.com.
You're listening live to The Power Trip on iHeartRadio and FM 100.3 KFAN, The Fan.
8:44, final segment of The Power Trip. Roser is still here. Hey, Mark Roser.
Hi.
Hi, buddy. So I know you're on Sunday mornings with Mark Rosen on Sunday on Fox. But you have a thing tomorrow night. Is that open to the public, and where is it?
It is. Fox 9's been doing a series of Viking shows this week at 6:30, getting ready for the playoff game. And tomorrow night, we are bringing it to the Mall of America Rotunda. It's kind of a pep fest / preview at 6:30 to 7.
Will the Skol line be there?
I have no idea. I assume that the Vikings are involved with the sponsorship of the show.
It's not a pet fest without the Skol line.
Well, the Skol line, I don't know if the cheerleaders, I don't know if the guys can bring the big drum to do the Skol chant. I have no idea, but we'll find out when we get there. But if you're around, obviously watch it on TV, but if you're around the mall, come on by, 6:30 to 7.
Who will be there with you?
The usual suspects, I believe. Ron Johnson, I think... Gabe, I assume, will be there. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to have the conference call this afternoon. I'll find out. But Tatum, I hope Dawn, pretty much everybody. Then we're on a special time on Sunday since the game's at 3:40. We're on from 1 until 3 on Sunday afternoon, live from U.S. Bank Stadium for Vikings Game Day Live.
It's going to be pumped.
I was watching a racy Tarzan movie.
Oh, Rosie.
You sure were.
I was watching that last night again.
Are they going to put that up on the screen in the Rosen Tunda?
Wow.
Oh, the Rosen Tunda.
Oh, brilliant.
I like it.
You're funny.
It's a sponsorship.
Very funny.
It's really good.
I like that.
We should talk more about that after the Power Trip press conference.
Yeah, Rosie, yesterday we were down at TCO. I know it's a big week for Kevin O'Connell. It's
Gave
his
you guys
first
time?
playoff. Of course he did. It's his first playoff game as a head coach, but he gives us access to the rest of the Twin Cities does not get. And we don't ask him about football. We ask him about nonsense. It's called the Power Trip press conference.
And now, it's time for a Power Trip press conference.
Hey, Kevin, Power Trip Morning Show. Good luck on Sunday. We're all wishing you the best. Kevin, a couple of questions from us. A couple of doctors have said yes. A couple of doctors have said no, but you've seen Sauce naked. Does he technically have a scrotum?
And maybe it doesn't register always as a sack.
Oh. Wow, that's brilliant. Hey, Coach, let me ask you to pretend here. Let's say you are Hockey's crotch and Hockey's hand. What would you say after a weekend alone with nothing but lube and ultimate fake taxi?
We tend to...
Come on.
Okay. Took me a second.
It's like a hockey one that he does,
I see. Okay, gotcha.
One more time.
Do it again.
Hey, Coach, pretend you're Hockey's crotch and left hand. What would you say of a weekend of nothing but lube and ultimate fake taxi?
We tend to...
We're tender.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hey, that's a stretch.
I know, it's okay.
One of them this morning was a complete miss. Hey, I'm trying. The next four are good. The one I had didn't work as well, so I had to find another one. And we tend to was funny.
I'm going to do the same thing a couple of times. I'm going to show you. This is how I did it. Okay, Coach Chris Hockey, Power Trip Morning Show. How would a Southern belle say Ben Lieber's first name?
Being...
See, that's way good. That's funny.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Kevin, I heard you were looking for a member of the Power Trip Morning Show to volunteer and chaperone the Vikings cheerleaders for the rest of the season. Did that work out?
And I thought Chris took a big step forward.
That makes sense.
No
shock that you volunteered
Let's
for that
roll.
gig.
The car's running.
Hey, Coach, what's an awful thing to say on a first date?
Can we take things to another level?
Why would that be awful?
It's a first date.
Yeah, it's a first date. No, it's a good question.
Okay.
I hear you. I hear where you come from. Hey, Coach, I know this is kind of weird, but you were young. It was a hot summer day, and you'd be laying, in the trees, and there'd be crickets out, just making their noises. Can you do an impression of a cricket?
Did his.
Okay, that's enough. Thanks.
Yeah, you might have sworn there.
Kevin O'Connell, Mark Rosen is a known peeping Tom. Right, we all know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And between you and me, though, Rosen's been complaining that it's much harder at TCO compared to Winter Park to watch the guys shower, to hide webcams, basically stalk the players. So could you guys with the Vikings do something besides just press conferences so Rosie has a chance to watch these men sleep?
We will open Blake's, Brendell's window as well this week.
That would be great.
Thanks, Coach.
Rosie would love to watch Blake sleep.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, Coach, meets us here. I bought a new suit for my upcoming wedding. Here's a pic of me trying it on. Do you think I look good in it?
No, not at all.
Oh, man. That's mean. That was quick, too.
No, he's right, though. Coach, Chris Hockey, why do you think it is, and this is not a rumor, this has been documented, why do you think it is that you're better in the sack on Monday and Tuesday?
I think we can push a little harder early in the week.
Yeah, no
Makes sense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay,
that's good, Hogs.
Speaking of pushing harder, Kevin, why did you add a countdown clock to your neighborhood orgy?
The urgency of all 11 guys getting off.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's true, man. Well, you got to have that clock going.
That's a lot of tension.
Am I right, Roser?
No argument here.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Rose.
Hi, Roser.
Naked.
Oh, wow.
We know
Quit
that.
yelling. Quit yelling. Hey, Coach, what's something I've never done in my life?
Real work.
Yeah. Coach, at this very moment, this second on planet Earth, right now, this moment, what's your favorite Metallica song?
Nothing else matters at this point.
Yeah, at this point. Maybe not next week,
Yeah,
but
okay,
right
but
now.
at this moment, it's nothing else matters.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, right.
Kevin, Dan Barrero was, by the way, last one for me.
Yeah.
Dan Barrero was recently inducted into the Broadcasting Hall of Fame, which everybody here at the Fan was very proud of him. But it got me thinking about our show, and not only what an honor that would be for us individually to be in that Broadcasting Hall of Fame, but honestly, we're all like hometown guys. It would be just so cool to represent our hometowns. And I can just imagine the MC inducting the Power Trip Morning Show and making our hometowns proud to be like Chisago City, Minnesota. Corey Cove, right? Union City, Indiana.
Yeah.
Chris Hockey.
Wow, man.
Minnetonka, Minnesota.
And then hopefully more on from there.
Yeah, and then more on.
That's funny.
Oh,
That's really good. That's good.
What a setup.
Hey, Coach, meets us here. I heard you and Corey are in the same boat when it comes to urban legends. You don't believe in them, like Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, the Chupacabra, any of those. What do you two need to do to believe?
We definitely have to see him.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Yeah.
Here's my last one, and it's not very good.
none of mine were good.
What was your favorite thing about going to Sunday school?
You got to treat every single week.
That's pretty good. Kevin, I lied. I have one more if you don't mind.
Oh, no.
Kevin, there's so many names for chicken strips, chicken tenders, chicken fingers. I mean, in my household, we strips. But in your household,
we tend to.
See, that would have been funnier. You made it up on the spot. There was one where he said something about "we will see Chris," and I couldn't put a bit together for it, and it was really dumb. So I stuck with that one. That's just horse bleep.
We tend to.
Yeah. Hey, give me a T, man.
Give me a T. You're really not going to let us tweet it? People have been waiting for it for 3 hours.
Come on, buddy. $100.
No.
How about just for free?
No.
What's the worst thing that can happen?
I don't want to get made fun of. I don't want being made fun of by
You said you
by
didn't
other
care.
people.
You said it doesn't
I don't mind
bother
being
you
made
to-
fun of by you guys.
Yeah, but you take pictures of yourself in the morning when your
Yeah, I
hair's
don't
all
look like
disheveled.
that.
The school was laughing at you behind your back in the day. Let everybody else see how far you've come.
No, Don's not here. No.
He's taking the
it's
t-shirt.
Corey.
What if I just tweet it and then claim I was hacked?
I can't do it.
Oh, no,
You
I got
do
hacked.
whatever.
You know what's so funny, though, is I could have tweeted this last night, but I was so convinced because I've known you for so long that if I did that, you were going to kill me.
You've got to be on his list.
So I was just going to, instead of asking for forgiveness, I was going to ask for permission, and it didn't work because he said no.
Like a pregnant Sasquatch.
I literally do.
I should have just tweeted it.
Come on,
Damn it.
buddy.
You look like you just swallowed 2 frozen turkeys.
Oh, man.
I did.
Rosie.
I still do.
Hey, Rosie.
And so far,
Yes, sir.
nobody's found it either. Damn it.
Give it to me, buddy.
Oh.
I need
Fun,
to
Mark.
know. What do you think's going to happen? After Mark Rosen Sports Sunday, featuring Mark Rosen on Sundays.
Okay. Well,
What's
the
gonna
Vikings are
happen?
this just in. They're not playing the Eagles this week. They're not playing the 49ers this week. Those are the two top teams. The Vikings are where they are for a reason. They've won 13 games this year. Let's not forget that. Playing at home, they've been wound up. They've been thinking about this game for weeks. They've had the benefit of having their division wrapped up for quite a while. So everything mentally has been pointing towards this game this week, and that's it. So I expect their best effort, unless they turn the ball over, which I don't see happening. I mean, obviously it could happen. They're a better football team than the Giants, and the home crowd will make a big difference, I think, when the Giants have the football. So I do look for a 27-20 type win for Minnesota. They haven't come this far to let this thing slip away on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah!
Not happening. They're going to win.
The Giants tend to turn the ball over.
We tend to.
Not.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I did?
You're better than I am at this.
Wound up. Everyone's going to be wound up. Great time, great
get
atmosphere.
them all lathered up. They said we weren't a very good home field advantage. Let's
Yeah.
prove them wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's prove them
Let's
wrong.
get greasy.
Yeah,
All right.
Rosie.
All right, now a
Yeah, Roser.
15-minute interview with some astronauts, then we'll throw it over to PA without telling him that that's next. Initials tomorrow, though, $29,000 up for grabs at 8:15. The normal 4 competitors tomorrow with Mark Parrish and Marnie Gellner.com. Tom will play like in a month or so. So check that out tomorrow. 8:15. One of you has a shot at $29,000. 9 to noon is next. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. Have a good day.
Bye, Roser.
It's such a long